Hi everybody, it's Kim Morse here, and we tried again with the Be Live and we weren't getting any audio, so we're coming live again here on my phone. So thank you so much for joining us today on our Togetherness Tuesday. We do this every Tuesday. I come on, I talk about relationship stuff, and I can answer questions live. If you want to go ahead and put your question up there, I would be happy to answer it. But I usually have a topic that I talk about each week, and this week I'm going to talk about the three-legged stool and the relationship space. So what is that? So I'm going to tell you. So I'm going to use this little tripod. Now, I know this isn't a three-legged stool, but I couldn't really bring a three-legged stool into the picture here. It would be too much. So we're going to use this. And as you can see, because of the three legs, it stands really firm and is supported. So if this was a stool, you could sit here really easily. So when we start and go into a relationship, we are one leg of this stool, okay? So say this is you. And before you come into a relationship, you have all of your goals, all of your values, your own lifestyle, your own culture. There's so many things about you that you bring into this relationship. And then guess what? You meet someone else, and they bring into the relationship all of those same kind of things. They're going to bring in their own goals. They're going to bring in their own culture, their own lifestyle, their own values, their own bad habits. You know, you have bad habits too. And when you make that union, then you now form the third leg. Oh, thanks for the heart. You now form the third leg. And the third leg becomes basically its own entity, and that is the leg, which is the relationship. Okay, so it's not all about you anymore. It's not all about your partner anymore. You have now formed this third leg that you need to stand to feel supported in this relationship. So it kind of takes on a life of its own. So you contribute to it, your partner contributes to it, and it is the relationship. So when we make decisions, when we do something, we have to consider that third leg. We have to consider that relationship as an entity of its own. So it's not about me, it's not about you, it's about the relationship. Now, if you don't quite understand what I'm talking about as far as it being its own entity, if I go out with my girlfriends and I go out by myself without my husband, I'm showing up just as me. Hi Sharon, nice to see you join me. I'm showing up just as me. And for my girlfriends, and I'm sure they'll attest to that if they are on or they watch this video, it's a completely different experience than when I show up as this three-legged stool, right? Me, my husband, and the relationship. It's not that my relationship changes who I am. It's just that we become kind of a different entity. We become a different presence, right? And so we become the presence of the relationship. Now, there's another really important part to this, and that's the space that's in between. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here, but I've got the space in between the three legs. Now, if we do not nurture that space and the space collapses, what happens? The whole thing falls over, right? So we have to nurture this space. And you know what else is in this space? Our children live in this space. Our pets live in this space. Our friends live in this space. This is the energy of you and your partner and the relationship. And we have to keep that clean. And to keep it clean, we don't dirty it up with negativity and criticism and contempt and interpretation. We don't want to put any of those things into that area. Anger, because guess what? And that's where our children have to live. That's where our pets live. That's where our friends live. And it's going to collapse and completely fall over. So we want to nourish that, keep it full of compassion and understanding and love, and keep it so that it stands nice and tall and firm. And this is really one of my favorite concepts because it was really new to me when I started working around relationships and working with people, that this relationship was kind of the entity of itself, and that this space that we create is so very, very important, not just for us, but for all the people that we love in our lives. So let me check and make sure that we don't have any questions. Oh, the one other point that I wanted to make about this space. If you don't quite understand what I'm talking about with this space, have you ever walked into a room where a couple has been fighting, and they don't tell you they've been fighting, but you walk into the room and they've been fighting, and you can just feel the energy, right? Have any of you ever done that? You just walk in and you're like, something's going on here. And you can feel that space. You can feel that energy. And that's what that is. And I challenge you to tell me that you haven't experienced it, because I think that we all have. So that's why that's so important, because it really does affect everybody. So again, I am really, really glad that you all joined me. And I hope that you've learned something from today. I hope that you join me every Tuesday for Togetherness Tuesday. And we will see you next Tuesday. So till next Tuesday, keep keeping it together. Bye-bye.